For the European Union, which is celebrating 30 years in Guyana, although International Women's Day is a day to honor women and their achievements, it's also a day of action, in keeping with this year's theme, Choose to Challenge. Living their core value of gender equality, the European Union continues to be a global leader in promoting women's rights. This is evidenced at the highest levels of leadership in the Union, from the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, to world leaders like German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Finnish Prime Minister Sanna Marin. Ambassador Ponz Cantó touched on how the principle of gender mainstreaming influences the EU's overall work practices in Guyana and the wider world.
Well, first of all, we integrate gender equality in everything we do. That's what we call mainstreaming. It's a bit of a technical word, sorry about that, but in reality it means something very important. It means, for example, that when we do political dialogue with the government of Guyana, we always integrate gender issues in that political dialogue. And that is very important because this can lead to change. Also, on the development cooperation side, when we do, for example, budget support for Guyana, we also integrate the gender dimension. And we did in the latest budget support exercise, and we will continue to do it.
The 2019 Guyana Women's Health and Life Experiences Survey Report recorded that 1 in every 2 women in Guyana has or will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. This rate is higher than the global average of 1 in 3 women. Acknowledging Guyana's unique challenges in the fight for gender equality, the Ambassador, Fernando Ponz Cantó, discussed some of the EU's ongoing partnerships with the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security and other agencies, highlighting the EU-UN's ambitious Spotlight Initiative, which aims to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls.
We have this important Spotlight Initiative. Perhaps I can have a word about it. You are aware that this is a 4.5 million euro initiative for Guyana, which is roughly 1 billion Guyanese dollars, and which is for Guyana. In addition to that, of course, we have the Global Spotlight Initiative for the whole world, and that is a much bigger amount. But we are very happy that we can dedicate this substantial financing to Guyana because we understand that Guyana wants to change the situation but needs support. And that's why we are there to support. In addition to that, we have, for example, launched, and I'm happy to say that I think it was 10 days ago, I signed the orders to start the payments to the Amerindian People's Association and to Child Link, which are 2 very important civil society organizations, as you know. And in the programs that we want to finance with them in the future, those programs that I just signed, we will integrate a very strong gender dimension, and they will, for example, they will be used to promote the participation of women in the decisions of local Amerindian communities. It's very important that women lead. This is another of the subjects of this year's International Women's Day. And through those projects, we want to support the efforts of the Guyanese society to ensure that women can take a more prominent role. I have to say that I am honestly encouraged by the plans that I have seen to improve the situation of women. And for example, even on the more symbolic dimension, we know that not only Minister Persaud, but also the First Lady Arya Lee and others are personally committed to this and have been organizing a number of events in this direction.
Although the European Union has made significant strides towards gender equality, Ambassador Ponz Cantó emphasized that much more work needs to be done in Europe and in Guyana. In celebration of International Women's Day, the ambassador left this final message for all Guyanese girls and women.
I would say that to the women and to the girls of Guyana, that don't be shy. It's time for women to take leadership, and I think to take it in a very active way. You mentioned some women leaders, I have to say, for the sake of completeness, that the President of the European Commission is also a woman. There she is, Ursula von der Leyen. And this is also something that we feel very proud, but it is work in progress also in Europe. We also have our own problems, and we still need to work hard on those. Ultimately, I would like to repeat it once again. For me, this is about justice, this is about loving each other, about respecting each other, and about having equal rights and equal duties as well.
This is Danielle Swain reporting for the newsroom.